Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, there's a lot of interesting talk about the Barbie film. A lot of people are trashing it. A lot of people are saying it hates Ken, it hates men, it hates women, traditional roles, parenthood, everything. And one of the things that I found surprising, a lot of people also defending it and loving it and saying that it's great satire, it's great commentary on society and politics and everything. And what I found interesting was I saw an interview with Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie on ABC. I'm not sure what show it was. I think it was the 7:30 Report or something. ABC in Australia is like the non-commercial channel. It was a 20-minute interview. And one thing that they admitted that I was quite surprised about was they actually, because they were asked, was Barbie a feminist? And they said, well, feminism is for equality, so it's for everyone, it's for Ken as well. And at the start of the film, Ken isn't equal. He is an accessory. He is secondary. He is not like, he's a second, class citizen basically. And so she said, well, the film, isn't feminist to begin with, and Barbie isn't feminist to begin with because they live in this society where women are superior. And it's funny, they didn't have a name for it. They didn't know the name misandrist. Apparently, they couldn't say it. So they said, so it's like it's more than feminist. It's the opposite of feminist. It's not equality basically. Now eventually Barbie goes into the real world and deals with and experiences the patriarchy and being treated secondary and as an accessory and as an object and so forth. So she understands what Ken has experienced and she apologizes to him. But apparently all these people are criticizing the film and attacking the film miss this, or they're choosing to miss this and just ignoring it. But I just found it fascinating that these two women who created this film, which creates this world that is misandrist, didn't even have a word for it. They were creating it but didn't know what it was, but they were still doing it. But they do resolve it, they do fix it, so that's okay. It's not supporting it or promoting it, it's showing it, and it's giving men a taste of their own medicine. They're basically saying, this is how women are treated. We're treating the Kens like you treat us. And men, of course, are freaking out and fretting and carrying on. And I mean, people are just doing the biggest, longest rants. And part of this is just because the film is really successful. So they know the video is going to get a lot of views. And of course, they have to attack it because it's feminist and it supports women and celebrates women. And ultimately, it is a feminist film. It does say that men should say that the Kens should be equal. I'm not sure if they actually achieve it in the Barbie world, because what I'm hearing is they just go back to normal after they sort of resolve the Ken revolt. But I haven't seen the film, and some of these people lie basically just to cater to their base and serve their agenda and serve their narrative. So I haven't seen the film yet, so I can't say for myself. Now the box office is interesting. It has made, they're projecting over 155 or about 150 million. It did 22 million in its first Thursday, which is the preview night, which used to start after midnight, but now just starts in the middle of the day. So I don't know why they don't just count it as a Thursday, but they roll those two numbers in together. So it got 22 million for Thursday and 48 million for Friday. So basically that was a $70 million opening day. And it did a little bit less for Saturday and probably about, I guess, the same for Sunday, because it's technically Monday morning in the AM in Australia here, but in America it's still sort of Sunday. But for the most part, the tickets have rolled in, they've been bought, so they kind of have an idea. But there's still estimates, so we don't have an exact word. But it looks like it's doing about 150 million, and it's certainly doing better than Oppenheimer, which is sitting around I think 70 or 80 million. So Barbie beat Oppenheimer. She nuked him, and there are some issues with the film. I think they might have gone a bit too heavy on how they treated Ken, and knowing that men would have a negative reaction to it. But maybe this is part of an overall plan, and maybe the next film is going to be about Ken, establishing equality in the Barbie world and giving examples of what men should be doing for women. So maybe that's where they were planning to go. Maybe that's where they will just go and sort of end up resolving the problem sort of anyway. But whether they're planning a universe, because people are saying this is basically a Barbie-verse, and that because they've made so much money they will make other films, and why wouldn't they? And I don't know, the overall sort of comments, people enjoyed the Barbie world, but they didn't sort of like the commentary on the current world, whether that's because the patriarchy works for them, so they don't want it criticised. They feel threatened by it being criticised because it's easier to just work within it and accept your role than to question it and want something more. So I'm finding usually mostly the people that are criticising the film, they're not the most forward-thinking people, and I believe the film is good, but I still haven't seen the whole film, so I can't actually say. But I just found it fascinating that these two women created this world, this misandrist world, as a commentary, a reverse sort of depiction of how women are treated in our society, and didn't even have a word for it. I found that fascinating. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.